Hello and welcome to Only Stupid Answers. My name is Sam Basher.
And I'm DJ Wooldridge.
And today we're talking about Harley Quinn, the animated series straight from DC Universe. Once again, we're talking about episode 4 of season 2, Thawing Hearts. Harley and crew try to infiltrate Mr. Friese's lair only to become human lab rats for his experiments to find a cure for his cryogenically frozen wife, Nora. Meanwhile, Kite Man and Ivy try to impress the manager of Kite Man's ideal wedding venue.
What was the deal with the wedding? It was like a corn factory? What was going on there?
It's where all the celebrities go to get married. Every boy has his dream wedding, and they wanted to be at this corn factory. And apparently had to impress them. I mean, it's a classic like sitcom beat where they have a deposit they want to put down on a wedding venue, but they gotta fight another person, their arch nemesis, who also wants it. It was on New Girl.
Yeah. I think you're right, and I think maybe that was why this B plot. Before we get into stuff, I did enjoy why this B plot didn't quite click for me because it didn't add any of that. It was just pretty much your standard sitcom B plot, and it didn't add some of that anarchic Harley Quinn, like other than the fact that the rival was Condiment King, and I like that his design was very similar to that of Batman the Animated Series, and I like that
you can't improve upon perfection.
Exactly, and I like that there's this rivalry between these like Z-list villains, but there wasn't that extra like craziness to it, and it wasn't until the B plot kind of got subsumed by the A plot that I was like, okay, this is good. I enjoy this, but the A plot with Harley dealing with Mr. Friese and unpacking all of her issues with Joker, I thought was really fun.
Yeah, no, that was a perfect foil for Mr. Friese. Bummer, he's gone.
Yes.
Bummer, but I'm glad that like in this world we do finally allow Nora to live a life, which they could kind of do what the CW did, where they set up Nora Friese as like the new Mr. Friese if they wanted to. Yes. They don't have to. They wanted like an all-female rogues for Harley or something. It doesn't matter. Like however they want to go forward with Nora's character, that's fine. But it was a good examination of his obsession to save Nora, because it could be an abusive relationship, like easily.
Yes.
Like that you froze a woman and now you feed her soup through a hole, and like she was part of like her family had a small cryogenic business that this big conglomerate came and gobbled up, but he fell in love with the daughter of this company. The whole setup is perfect for like an abusive relationship, but it's like no, he actually was trying to save her, and actually the reason why he is cold like the way he is because of what he was trying to do for Nora. And I totally forgot that plot point, that the reason his body is the way that it is because of what he was trying to do for Nora.
Absolutely.
He still has murdered people.
Yes.
He's still like done bad stuff, and we do have to remember that.
Yeah.
But so it's worth being suspicious of him. It was pretty haunting seeing him pour all those rats out of that shelf or whatever. It's like, we got to get. Now it's time for humans. It feels like a good time.
Yeah. I've clearly done enough clinical trials on these rats. I'm ready to go for human testing, clearly.
And also, that's a good note to end his character on, where it's, of course he sacrifices himself for Nora.
Yes.
He sacrificed everything else on Nora's behalf. And so his story ending with that was a pretty nice note. And his reasoning for not killing Harley was like, I bought it. He's an extremely woke, ice-themed supervillain in Gotham. Yeah. He is the most woke ice-themed in New Gotham, specifically.
Yes.
But it's a bummer because it's Alfred Molina doing the voice as well.
Yeah.
And so that means, I heard him doing the voice of the MC of the wedding venue too. So maybe he can come back in other ways, but it's a bummer. Yeah. It's a bummer. He's gone. We still got Riddler, but we don't have Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, and it's like they're burning through villains. I'm wondering if maybe the goal is if this show gets extra seasons, we might start seeing other heroes, rogues galleries, like because we got Lex Luthor in season 1, and maybe once all the Bat villains, because like we're ticking them off. Like it's not like the only ones I could see maybe making it out of this season at this point, unless they do some time travel shenanigans, are Bane. I feel like the creators really like Bane, so I feel like he's going to be fine, and possibly Riddler.
Yeah, I agree. Also, I feel like Joker. They're like really seeding the Joker's going to come back in some way, and I don't know what it's going to be, but it's worth exploring because it's kind of cool that this is like a post-Joker world. It's a hell, but not because Joker's gone. It's just a hell. Yeah, he's not the center of the entire universe, but what they've been seeding so far is really interesting, and so we've so far have knocked down 3 districts in New Gotham. We know that there's still Two-Face's territory in
Yeah.
Bainton. If you lived here, you'd be home already.
Yes.
So good. It's so good. I will say, I think as the episodes have progressed, I'm starting to like the season more and more. Not a bad show.
Yeah.
Not even a bad season. It's just season 1, really tight. Loved basically every single thing that happened in it. And as this has been progressing in season 2, I'm like way more on board.
Yeah.
I love. Also, it's the first like serious episode that they've dealt with, even though I think in the first season when Harley is kind of starts to fall for Joker again, and then she gets kicked out of the helicopter again by him. It's like a pretty somber moment for her and for her team. But in this, it's like, no, this is like a seriously sad moment for Nora and Mr. Friese and the team because he's not a great guy, but he does love Nora, and he is trying to do something good, just the worst way possible.
Speaking of love, I liked the bit where Kite Man has to. I like, first off, I like the acknowledgement that Poison Ivy should have the skill set. If anybody in this show could benefit Mr. Friese, would be Poison Ivy, and I like that acknowledgement. I also liked that Kite Man trying to outrun the paralytic that he accidentally dosed himself with to try and get the flower they need to Poison Ivy. It's as that romance progresses, it feels more and more doomed. Yeah. But I like his man. Maybe Kite Man will be the big bad of the season. Like Poison Ivy breaks his heart, and then he gets Joker back in the fold or something.
Maybe he inadvertently, kind of like Gary on Legends of Tomorrow during the whole like demon magic season.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like where the weak link becomes like a super powerful threat because he's tired of being stepped on.
Yes.
By the other characters. I could see that happening.
Specifically Condiment King.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love the text exchange where it's like, congrats on the wedding, on the engagement, Condiment King. It's like, yeah, he used periods and he used no emojis. He's a psychopath.
Yes.
He's trying to toy with me. And of course, that's total like passive aggressive behavior. And I love that's how their relationship works.
Yes.
You got just enough condiment, what do you call it? No, puns.
Puns, yeah.
You got enough puns. And also, I liked the little anecdote about aioli. It's mayo with a couple other things. Great on corn. Very good to know. And you know what? If this is all Condiment King does in this season, that's more than I've ever wanted from him.
Yes.
Ever. I don't need him to do more. This is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
This is just
This
enough.
is fine.
And this is fine. And you know, I feel like we're actually going to wrap this whole arc up like by like episode 6. You know, like the whole taking out the other Gotham new Gotham bosses. And I think it's going to kick into like a higher gear when we get into the last 6 episodes.
Yes,
or 7.
That sounds about right to me because when you point out there's only like Bane and Two-Face left, it's like, well, okay, so we're approaching our game. I would like to spend a little bit of time if we've taken out 3 of these areas and Harley quote unquote controls them. What does that mean? Like, what is she doing to enforce her rule? What does ruling these areas look like? Maybe after she's taken everybody out, maybe we'll get to see like a little bit of Queen Harley and how she's supposed to be managing these areas. But when you like at this point, she owns what 3/5 of Gotham. It's like, well, that raises questions.
Yeah, but is she doing anything with it?
That's what I'm wondering. That's my question. Is like, what is she doing?
I think she kind of ditched it because she went back to the mall.
Yes.
I mean, I get it. You go back to the mall. The mall's cool.
Mall's cool.
It's a fun place to be. And I think either we're going to see other villains kind of swoop in or I don't know. I'm excited to see what we do with like Batman because we know he's going to be coming back at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm excited for it. Also, I hope Batgirl pops up soon.
Yes.
Because it feels like it's not just like setting up a character and then walking away like when we did Aquaman in that one episode. It's like we get the one Aquaman episode, of course.
Gotta have it.
I feel like she's going to play a bigger role. And also, it'd be crazy not to do something with the Birds of Prey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know that this show was being developed at a different time than when that movie was being developed, but it was kind of at the same time. You know, like they were kind of working on those projects at the same time, so it wouldn't be the worst idea to throw those characters on the show as well. But overall, like I really dug this episode. I liked the examination of what Joker did to Harley, not just in like changing the way she looks and the way she talks and the way she behaves. It was like, no, now she doesn't trust a person or trust the people's relationships enough to ever really fall in love again.
Yeah.
Maybe we see her, like they start adding a romantic subplot in for her. Maybe we do actually explore Poison Ivy and Harley as a relationship, like as a couple.
Yeah.
who knows? But like right now, it was a good acknowledgement that like it's not her fault. Like I mean, this is something that Joker did to her, and she needs to either work on that trust again, or or whatever. I don't know what the writers have in store, but it was a very good acknowledgement.
Yeah,
for the show.
I agree. It'll be interesting to see if the wedding does happen, who her date will be. Maybe it could be Batman. He's not doing anything right now.
I know you pitched that like Nightwing and Harley Quinn as like a team up would be interesting.
I feel
like you've mentioned that.
Yeah, I feel like you could exploit a lot of stuff. They hinted at like at least a physical relationship in that not so great Batman Harley Quinn animated movie. Mm-hmm. But I feel like Nightwing with his Batman baggage and Harley with her Joker baggage, but then kind of just different perspectives. I'm a big fan of when, the opposites attract in fictions and stuff like that. I think that's why I'm more of a proponent of Dick Grayson and Starfire than Dick Grayson and Barbara, because they're too similar. I think with their different perspectives on the world, but kind of similar baggage to unpack, I think they could play off of each other really well. But we haven't had Nightwing in the show, and I honestly, the timeline, the fact that we're just getting Barbara, but like the Robin seems to be Damian, that whole dynamic I don't quite know where everything lies in the timeline of this particular universe.
No, agreed. And Red Hood could also be an interesting foil for Harley,
yes,
because it is like it's more of like damaged goods from a similar like paternal figure or male figure in their life. Like Red Hood, because of Joker and because of Batman, is the way that he is.
Yeah.
And having Harley have to deal with that could be interesting as well. But we got a couple more. We got a good chunk of this season still left to go through. I'd give this episode a solid I got to be a little bit more specific, like 8.7.
There you go.
Because we kept saying 8.5, 8, it's still really good. It's like right there just on the cusp of a B+.
Yeah.
Like I did enjoy this episode. Bummed about Mr. Friese not really coming back. More Condiment King. Would be interesting. They got a lot of mileage out of Kite Man. So
they sure have.
Who's to say?
I'll give it an 8. I'm still waiting for this season to kind of kick into its next gear.
Well, gang, let us know what you thought of this episode in the comments down below. Please subscribe and share this video with your other Harley Quinn friends, and follow us on Twitter at Sam Basher,
at DJ Talks Trash,
at Only Stupid Answers.
Yeah, I got the vowels from stupid.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.